Good day, Romani, and thanks for the opportunity. SEFA it stands for Small Enterprise Finance Agency. We are an implementing agency of the Department of Small Business Development. Our role or our mandate is to facilitate access to finance to small and medium-sized enterprises, including cooperatives, that are looking for funding to either start, expand, or acquire businesses. And we provide funding up to a maximum of 5 million rand per enterprise. The reason we'll do that as a development financial institution is to address what we call market failures. In other words, we target those markets that are underserved by the commercial lenders. If entrepreneurs go to the commercial private lenders and for one reason or the other are not able to raise funding, but they do have viable businesses, that is the space that we play in, we provide that solution to those type of businesses. Okay, let me just clarify that. Normally when someone goes to a commercial private sector lender and apply for funding, one of the things that will be required will be, for argument's sake, collateral and security, because you need to kind of cover the exposure that that particular lending institution provides to you. So you need to provide security and collateral as an example. The other area could be, it's difficult for most private lenders to take what is called high risk, so to speak, which they cannot mitigate. So as SEFA, we are not here to kind of compete with the private sector, but we identify markets where people are running good businesses or have got potential to run good businesses based on the financial viability of the business. So where we are not compromising and we are kind of similar to the private lenders is on the financial viability of these businesses, which then means when we provide funding to SEFA, we may not ask for security, we may kind of lessen or reduce the hurdle, so to speak, but then when it comes to financial viability, we don't compromise, because at the end of the day, you need to repay the loan that we provide to you so that we're able to have the next business. So if you go to a commercial lender, those are some of the things that you will be asked to provide. Provide equipment, how to provide investments, you might have to have a mortgage bond, those type of things. So if you don't have that, then we're able to say, for instance, we're able to assist you. To kind of go deeper and understand why we do the things that we do, when you look in terms of where we are coming from, there are quite a number of businesses that were not able to start because they were not in a position to provide those type of assets, because people did not give them opportunities, so to speak, to accumulate those assets, and also to a certain extent accumulate skills and business skills to run these businesses. That is where franchising comes to the party. So what I mean by that is, over and above the issue of security and collateral, most entrepreneurs don't have the business skills for one reason or the other. So what we then do in that case, we kind of are comfortable when it's a franchise type of business, because in that sense, when you enter into a franchise relationship, you do have that support from the franchisor, who will give you it's more like a plug and play type of a business model, and then you get a transfer from franchising. So the issue of skills, you need skills, you do need business skills, but when you do not have that, then that's why we are saying, if you go into franchising, we are able to partner with a reputable franchise that can bring to the table those type of skills, technical and business. Okay, let me unpack the process. So the first thing that you will have to do as an entrepreneur is to do a basic feasibility study. I normally say that when you go into business, you need to identify for yourself what problem are you solving with your business? So you need to do a basic feasibility study so that you understand that the business that you want to go into, there is that need in the market. So identify for yourself what problem are you solving. So that is the first thing. You get a solution to that type of a problem. You are able to commercialize that kind of solution. So on paper, you do have a business. So you put it together. It doesn't have to be a sophisticated business plan, a high-level feasibility study, then you come and pitch it to us. So when we look at that, then some of our potential clients are able to put together business plans that we can take to the next level and be able to evaluate. But in an event where you're saying that I've done the basic feasibility, I don't have the skills to put together a business plan. We work with our sister organization called SEDA, which stands for Small Enterprise Development Agency, and they will assist you in terms of packaging that business plan. So once we have got that business plan, the main thing that we like to see in the business plan is, can you afford the loan? It's not like a funding proposal. Can you afford the loan that you want from sefa? So that is the first question. If the answer is yes, is the business, has it got a future to be sustainable for the next couple of years? So when you do a business plan, you don't just have to lock it. If sefa's repayment period is 5 years, your business plan must be able to tell you that this is a business that you can run for the next coming generation, because that's what this is about. You can't be a business that starts today and tomorrow we don't have a business. So we look into in terms of that business plan and are able to assist in areas where you are not able to put it together. Then we look to consider ourselves. We do have what we call an eligibility criteria. So we do have, I'll go in terms of the eligibility criteria, and I'll just talk about the high level, who is eligible to apply for sefa. Number one, you have to be a South African citizen or have permanent residence. So that is the first big criteria. Have a South African citizen or have permanent residence. In an event where you don't have that, we are saying the majority shareholder must be a South African or have permanent residence. By majority shareholder, we're talking about 51% plus. So that is the first big criteria. The next one is that your business has to be formally a registered business in terms of CIPC. You need to have a registration number. You need to be compliant in terms of SARS. So you need to give us a valid tax clearance certificate. And the other one that we look at, the majority shareholder of the business must be owner manager of the business. So you cannot come to sefa and run a business part-time, you're keeping a job and you're running the business part-time. So that's the majority shareholder must be full-time in the business. The other one is that we don't do, if you've got a court judgment as an example, or you've got a default judgment, you must have made arrangements with the creditors or are able to explain the reasons you are having that kind of a record. So for us, it's not an automatic exclusion that you've got a judgment or a default judgment. You come with an explanation and you demonstrate that you've been reasonable, or you have made arrangements with your creditors because you are not just reckless with your debt management and you just walked away. So we are testing more the character to say you are responsible in terms of that, and we look at it on a case-by-case basis. So those are some of the things that we do check. But what I would recommend is that we have made it easier for someone who wants to apply for sefa to understand the eligibility criteria. So when you go to our website, we've got an automated pre-screening portal that will ask you very, very basic questions. Then you go in there, it will filter you. If you are eligible to apply for sefa funding, then it will give you an application form that you can download. So if you are not so sure that you will be eligible to apply for sefa funding, the best thing to do is to go on our website, click on apply for finance, do the quiz that we've got in there, and then it will tell you whether you're eligible to apply. Okay. Well, what I would say, the main thing that, we've got what we call the flavor of the month, the flavor of the year, that type of thing. So, in terms of our focus, particularly for this current financial, what I need to explain is that SEFA provides funding to small and medium-sized enterprises using two different distribution channels. We've got what we call wholesale channel. A wholesale channel is where we partner with intermediaries that provide funding to small and medium-sized enterprises. So some of our clients are those corporations or corporates that provide funding or loans to small businesses. So we partner with them on the wholesale basis. And we do have direct lending. Direct lending is when you can approach any of our regional offices and apply for funding. So we do have offices in all provinces, and our offices are located in the main cities in the provinces. The minimum that you must apply for when you approach any of our regional offices is 50,000, and the maximum is 5 million. Now, back to your question in terms of the sectors that we're focusing on as direct lending specifically, is that we want to grow our portfolio in the following sectors. One of them is franchising. So we like to prioritize and grow our reach in franchising. The other one is on light manufacturing. We're also targeting those businesses that are involved in light manufacturing. And then we also need to grow our portfolio in contract financing. Because there are those entrepreneurs out there who get contracts from both private and public sectors, and we need to focus on those. And lastly, it will be general commercial. So if you look in terms of our focus for this current financial year, those are the four main areas where we want to grow our.
If anybody wants to, say, get in touch with you or, say, make an application for funding, where and how would be the best place to make contact with you?
The best place is on our website. If you can go on our website, like I said before, we've got an online application portal. The reason I say that is you can apply on your cell phone. If you've got a internet on your cell phone, you can just go on our website. Wherever you're sitting in the country, you can log on our website and be able to do an online application. In an unlikely event that you are not comfortable with that, we do have regional offices. Like I said, each and every province has got a SEFA regional office. Again, details of our regional offices are there listed on our website. The other one is we partner with sister agencies, like our sister organization, CEDA. CEDA has got a network of branch offices. We don't have that network at reach. So we can walk into a CEDA office, and then CEDA officials will be able to assist you. The next area will be the municipalities. We partner with some municipalities, because remember now, some municipalities, not some, all the municipalities will have your local economic development offices, and then they will be able to provide basic information on us. We also have a call center. You can go to our call center, which is 012-748-9600. You dial our call center, you are able to get hold of us. The website address is www.sefa.org.za. The repeat is www.sefa.org.za.
This video was brought to you by FASA, the Franchise Association of South Africa, whose purpose is to protect, lobby, promote, and develop ethical franchising across all sectors in South Africa, with specific focus on transformation. You can visit them at www.fasa.co.za.